These are the new rules that I have to follow if I want to become successful at making videos for YouTube. The second thing I've got to do is dedicate one of my other channels to vlogging and my opinions and observations about what's just happening around me in my life. This is important because that is not content that most people want to see on my main video channel. Rule number 3. There is to be absolutely no focus on myself in my videos. That will all be my vlogging videos. There's no opinions, observations about the world and things like that. That'll all come into my vlogging channel, which will give me an outlet to express those feelings I'm having at the moment. But I don't want them to interrupt or interfere in my main video channel. I have to focus, and I've got to drill down and drill down and drill down. In the successful videos that I've made in the past, I've got to identify them, and then I've got to drill down on what works in those videos, and I've got to repeat it and drill down again. That's how I get better videos. Number 4, AI. AI is my mentor. AI is my guide. It has been a fantastic resource, and I have to use it consistently for finding out what I need to do, for researching, and for all parts of constructing a satisfying video for my viewers. And that's what it's all about. If my viewers are satisfied and they want to watch again, that's great. That's what I'm aiming for. Number 6, location and geographical location. It's no good wishing I was in the Amazon jungle. It's no good wishing I was over in Thailand. I am in Yarram, Victoria, Australia. There's a lot of stuff happening around here. There's a lot of stories, there's a lot of myths, legends, and history. I've got to use the location I'm in and the resources to identify interesting and riveting stories that'll interest somebody in East Texas or in Tuscany. That's what I've got to do. And the mine of subject matter around Yarram is here, and it is deep, and nobody has touched it, and I'm going to do it. Number 8, steam rallies, vintage car days, film days, historical days, festivals. Events like that are a goldmine for making videos. My viewers have identified that they want to watch that sort of stuff, and I like going there too, and I like watching the old steam engines. I've got to identify when they're coming up, and I've got to lock in to attend them and to get enough footage to make videos. That requires doing homework, that requires planning ahead, that requires budgeting. That's what I've got to do if I want to be successful as a YouTube video creator. All of my videos must have a story. Visual storytelling. When I say visual storytelling, I mean editing a visual story. A story you can follow without any audio. It's a visual story that attracts and holds people's attention without any audio. That's a visual story. And I've got to perfect that because that is very, very, very important. A visual story, edited images and clips that will tell a story and hold the attention of the viewer without any dialogue. Geographic location. I'm in Yarram in Gippsland in Victoria, Australia. I'm not up the Amazon. I have to focus on making videos around Yarram. Just because it's around Yarram, it's not only for Yarram people. It's got to be an interesting story relevant to everybody, even though it's located in Yarram, a very, what some would say, a very quiet area of Australia. I have to practice and train my voice to speak in a deeper and quieter voice. I'll put a little sample of my natural voice here, which doesn't sound good. Here it goes. And I also have a checklist to test the video that I have just made. Is it up to scratch? Is it going to pass? Yeah, so that's my natural voice, and this is the voice I'm speaking in now, which I was speaking a little bit lower and deeper. So I've got to practice speaking deeper and more engaging and more naturally and interesting. Interesting's the key word. I've got to become more interesting. That means you've got to use your body and your voice and your emotions to tell the story that you're talking about and to develop your voice. Through trial and error, I've worked out if I speak lower and deeper and closer to the microphone, I believe I've got a lot better voice. The other voice is a little bit higher pitched. But anyway, we'll work on that, and I've got to practice it, and I really have to develop it. I've got to get emotion and excitement, and use the right words. Don't just say, and it is. I just say it's. Yeah, little things like that. I've got to practice speaking and get it right. Get it right so people want to listen to my voice. My voice will not turn them off from listening. What I've got to do is I've got to get some more equipment, and funding is a bit light at the moment, so I've got to work out how to get some more equipment. Not a lot of money, but I've got to do it. And then once I've got it, I've got to use it. That's the thing. I've got to use it. It's no good getting equipment and stuff that you don't need and you don't use. I want to be able to do interviews. I'm really interested in doing interviews, interviewing interesting people that I see every day. I want to interview them and hear their stories. I believe everybody's got a story. It's fascinating. People don't believe their life story is fascinating or interesting. But my God, when you start talking to people, what they did and where they've been and experiences they've had, they're fascinating. Oh my God, so interesting. Okay, I want to be able to record that. And what I've done is made a quality control checklist for the videos that I'm making. I can go through it using this checklist to make sure that I've ticked off all the parts that I need to know about the quality. Is it too long? Is it not relevant? Is the audio good? Is there a story? Is there too much waffle? Cut out the waffle. Is there a good story? Is there a visual story as well as an audio story? All these things that you need to do. Is the footage up to standard? Is it too long? That's a big one. Is it too long? Is the intro good? Is the thumbnail and the description and the title up to standard? Is it good? It has to be good. It has to be the best. If nobody clicks on a good video, it probably won't go anywhere. So every item has to be 100%, or at least 80%.